My name is Francisco, and today we're going to be talking about the importance of sight reading. And as the title of the article states, the top 10 facts about learning how to sight read music notes and rhythms. Okay, so the author begins by addressing the audience. Hi, 1 Minute Music Lesson fans. Okay, we're on the 1 Minute Music Lesson website. If you want to check it out later on your own, feel free to do so. Links right here. So, once again, hi 1 Minute Music Lesson fans. Learning how to sight read music can be a very mystifying process for the beginning or amateur musician. But there are 10 facts about learning how to sight read music notes and rhythms that you must know in order to develop your sight reading skills. So, at the end of the first paragraph, go ahead and think to yourself, do you sight read? If you don't, can you be sight reading? And what can you do to improve your sight reading? Now, going on in the article, it took me 20 years to learn an efficient system of sight reading because, in truth, most teachers don't know how to teach this aspect of music properly. Many teachers can teach you how to read music on a basic level and even how to play complicated pieces, but usually this is done through a tremendous amount of repetition and reliance on listening to recordings or playing standard pieces from the literature that your teacher learned many years ago. Learning to sight read music is about the equivalent to reading a book or reading a paragraph in one of your classes, or even the material written on the back of a cereal box. It becomes second nature where you don't have to look something up or struggle through it. It's there and you can read it no problem. So really what you could ask yourself is, do you have material that you could sight read? Something that you've never seen before. Okay? If you are learning how to sight read music on your own, I recommend that you adjust your sight reading habits to incorporate the 10 facts below. I guarantee you will experience a major shift in your sight reading ability and mindset. Number 1, you must maintain the motivation to improve your sight reading skills. In order to get better at sight reading, you need to stay motivated to practice the skill. If you need a little motivation, begin by reading his article here, Finding Your Inner Motivation to Grow as a Musician. So, ask yourself, what can you do to motivate yourself as a musician? Is it a practice habit? Is it practicing more? Is it maybe reading new material? So, just really think about that. What can you do to improve and motivate yourself to want to practice and become better? Okay? Number 2, you will need good quality sight reading practice material. To really sight read, you need a lot of fresh music material to read. There are many places you can get music for sight reading. One of his favorite tools is called thepracticesightreading.com. It generates an unlimited amount of free sight reading exercises online. So you need to ask yourself, where can you get the material? If you happen to be enrolled in a band program at your school, ask your band director or your choir teacher if you can, get some random piece of music. It doesn't have to be difficult. It can be simple as long as it's something you've never seen before. And maybe give you an assignment to look up what other websites exist for sight reading or can you use as a resource. Sightreadingfactory.com is definitely one of them, so I challenge you to look up your own. Okay, number 3, you must have a frequent practice schedule to improve your sight reading ability. To get better at sight reading, you will need to practice the skill frequently. A great way to do this is to keep a practice journal. Okay, so are you keeping a practice journal? What are you logging every day? Number 4, you must make markings on your sheet music before you sight read. Markings are ultimately going to give you the advantage so that you don't have to remember everything in your head. Remember, it's like taking notes. And you want to take notes, right? Okay, number 5, you must practice sight reading slowly. Practicing almost any skill on an instrument works better if you do it slowly. When you practice piano, you begin playing with both hands slowly. When you begin playing guitar, you learn to place the fingers on the fretboard to form chords slowly. Sight reading slowly will lead to fast progress. So every time you begin to sight read, ask yourself, are you practicing this slow enough? Do you understand and comprehend what you're reading on the page? And if not, you may want to consider slowing it down. Okay, number 6, You must learn and memorize the note locations on the staff. It's utterly important that you know what's in front of you so that you're not struggling to read the new material. And if you are, start very basic where it's maybe one or two notes. 7. You must learn how to count rhythm properly and accurately. Rhythm is the main culprit in most students' sight reading problems. I recommend all students learn how to count rhythms properly by learning and using the Eastman counting system. There's other systems. I would highly suggest talking to your band director or choir director about what system would work best in your situation. Okay? You'll need to understand at least some basic music theory concepts. To sight read easily, you will need to understand scales and chords. These two fundamental music theory concepts exist in almost all music. I would challenge each and every one of you to look up a resource on your own and ask yourself, if you don't know a key phrase or a note or something that looks funny to you on the page, look it up and ask yourself, what can I do to look it up? It's like looking up something in a dictionary. Okay, number 9. Learning sight singing will drastically improve your sight reading ability. What is sight singing? Okay, ask yourself, what is sight singing? Sight singing is the ability to be able to to look at a piece of music and read it from just by looking at it without playing a single note. It takes time to develop, but once you do, your sight reading becomes that much more easily, and you'll know when you're playing a wrong note. Okay, and number 10, you must strive for efficiency in making progress. Okay, the motto here on the website is to practice smart, not hard. Okay, in teaching music, he feels the same way. Practice smart by using these tips to save time and maximize the effectiveness of your practice. Don't practice hard. Okay, practice smart. So, once again, ask yourself, are you practicing smart? And if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for help. So once again, okay, we're on 1minutemusiclesson.com. I encourage you to take a look at this and really start to improve your sight reading ability. It will benefit you in many, many ways. Okay, from learning to read music right in front of you to learning to read new material that you may get in any point in your music career to even application beyond music. You're developing these natural senses of skills that will allow you to grow and move you past your comfort zone because you already have a foundation. So, thanks for watching.